Here on GoPSUSports.com, Tyler Phil alongside Penn State men's volleyball head coach Mark Pavlik. We're catching up, first video of the season.
Yeah, let's see how long we can keep this thing going.
Hopefully for a little bit longer towards the course of this season. Early on, though, in the season, Mark, and what happened in the off-season? How did the players respond? What were they working on? Those types of things.
We had a very good off-season. You know, we were healthy. Past couple of falls, we've been hit with some bugs and viruses that took some people away from us. We had a pretty good fall, pretty clean fall. I thought we came out of it in pretty good shape. Now we're just at a point where we're trying to get back to where we were a little bit after the break and after the travel.
And with a new season comes graduating players, veteran players now on your team that were younger players last season, and the younger players still fit into the system. How are the younger players doing, and how are the veteran players doing as well?
Yes, the evolution of collegiate athletics at its finest. We lose Peter Russell, and fortunately that's the only loss we have. We had a couple of red shirts last year, and Aiden Albrecht, Jalen Penrose, and Kevin Gear that really paid their dues last year. We're counting on those guys to give us some depth, if you will, and they're all physical players. So the physical depth comes in handy every day when the guys, when our first team, and I use that term kind of loosely, but the other side gives them a level of physicality that we haven't seen in our training gym for a long time. That'll pay off come March and April.
And how about when you look at the start of this season, 2 road games in Hawaii and then 2 road games this upcoming weekend? How does that road schedule prepare your team for later on in the season come tournament time?
Well, a couple of things. I think it's real important for teams to understand that the season rarely goes the way you want it. You know, things just don't. You just don't follow a yellow brick road and happiness ensues. You have many detours, many obstacles in the way, and the team that rolls with the punches the best usually puts themselves in a position in late April, early May to be successful because they've seen everything and they know what they're capable of overcoming. And I think anytime you can go on the road, play good teams on at their place in hostile environments, and maybe have things happen that are off the volleyball court that the team has to rally around and kind of shrug off and say it really doesn't affect us. We just need to give energy and effort and let the execution follow. So I think early on in the season, it's the best time for this to happen.
And then speaking of good teams, you guys play against 9 ranked opponents. How does playing tough matches against really good opponents also prepare you guys for tournament time?
Well, number one, it points out your warts very early. Winning is the world's greatest anesthetic. You come off of a win, yeah, we're great, and maybe we weren't so great. Maybe we did things just barely passable, but the other team that we played wasn't able to take advantage of some things. You play tough teams, they're going to take advantage of you when you're not playing at your best. And if something reoccurring happens, it gives you an opportunity to get back in the gym and take a look at it and say, oh, okay, we do have something here that we want to work on. And I think the earlier you find that out, the better. And I think historically, Tyler, if you look at how we've scheduled, this is nothing new. We have always played these teams. We have always gone places to play tough teams. And as long as I'm here, we'll continue to do that because it really doesn't matter in January in the men's game. You know, what matters is the end of the season. It matters building your team and putting them in the best position possible to get better during the season.
And what have you seen from your players in practice this week in preparation for this weekend's matches?
I think they were appropriately disappointed in their play as a team and individually at points. But I think, like I said, it was appropriate. I think they came back in saying, okay, let's get after it. It's weekend number 2. Nobody's going to panic. Nobody's going to say, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. It's just getting back to the drawing board again and getting back in the gym and making sure that everything we do is pointing us in the direction we want to go in for the end of April, beginning of May.
And traveling to Ball State on Friday and then IPFW on Saturday, what are some keys that you're looking for your players to have improved upon from the Hawaii tournament?
Yeah, I think number one, our offensive efficiency has to be better. You know, our offense as a whole, all three contacts have to improve. We have to be able to take some swings at balls, especially when we're in perfect pass situation and we're putting all the pressure on the defense. We got to be able to maintain that pressure and score. I think that's one. Two, we got to pass some pretty good jump servers. And we're going to see a few of them at Ball State and certainly at Fort Wayne. So if we can stay in system with our with their jump servers and we're being efficient with our offense, I think that'll put us in a position where the opponents have to play some high-level volleyball for a long period of time to make sure that they're within striking distance with us.
All right, thanks, Coach. First video of the season. We'll be back next week for GoPSUSports.com. I'm Tyler Feldman.